Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2025 reading goals video. I can't believe I am even saying the year 2025. That is insane. That is so crazy. Time really flies, huh? So last year I made pretty well with a lot of my reading goals. I read 100 books, I read more comics, I read 12 more books off of the 100 Epic Reads of a Lifetime poster, and I read a lot more nonfiction, including celebrity memoirs. If you hear any rustling, my cat is sitting in a box right beside me. It is full of tissue paper from Christmas. He is a noisy boy. So that being said, I met most of my reading goals of the previous year. There were a few things that were on my TBR that I did not get to, but that just means that they can come along with me in my 2025 journey. So to just give a few stats from last year I read 60 total comic books. Single issues notwithstanding. I have collected them. 60 works in comics that I have read, 43 regular novels, and 12 of those being my 100 Epic Reads of a Lifetime poster books that I read once a month. Now, for this year, I plan to downsize a little bit in my reading just because I do not want to pressure myself by reading 100 books. So I am going to aim for 75 books total. And out of that 75, I really hope that 45 of those count as my comics for the year. I would like to read 45 comics. I think that's pretty standard, a pretty good goal, because last year I read 65, so I think I could do it again. Now, some more goals for this year, as well as reading 75 books and 45 of them being comics, I would like to try and finish my 100 Epic Reads of a Lifetime poster. I only have 20 books left. I could probably do it. And if I don't do it this year, then I will only do a little bit into next year and then it will be done. I think reading that entire poster in 5 years would be quite a feat, quite a triumph. So I am really trying for finishing off the poster this year. Last year I gave myself a break. This year I think I'm going to really strap down and finish the damn thing. And then finally, one of my goals for this year, and it's not a goal that I've had in quite a bit, is to actually try and reread some of the books that I've read, some of my favorites. I would really like to get back into some familiar stories, and I feel like rereading some things and seeing if my opinions have changed or not, and just really enjoying the works that I consider to be my favorites. So we will see if I even reread one book this year, because last year I reread absolutely zero. I'm thinking that those goals are very doable this year. We shall see. I think that it's enough of a goal for me to keep going, and I think it is very reachable. So here's hoping that I can stick to the minimal amount of reading goals that I set myself up for each year, because I don't like failure. Not that it's a failure to not read, but you know what I mean. I just like to have goals for myself that are pretty doable, and I won't consider myself a total failure if I don't do. So those were my reading goals. Now I am going to be listing some of the books on my TBR. A lot of these I do not own physically, so you will just be getting the title, and I will try to put up a cover somewhere. So let's just get started on that, shall we? Now, I may get some of these names wrong, some of these titles wrong, and I don't know all of the authors, but like I said, anything that I get wrong will be over here in some capacity as a cover, because I'm reading from a list. Argo, Phaedra, Atalanta by Jennifer Saint, Arcadian Days, Tess of the Dubervilles by Thomas Hardy, The Wolf Gift by Anne Rice, The Drowning Tree by Carol Goodman, In Search of Frankenstein by Radu Florescu, The Diary of Elizabeth Frankenstein, Carol by Patricia Highsmith, Eileen by Otessa Moshfegh, Eternally Yours, which is a short story collection of supernatural YA short stories, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I picked this up used. We shall see if I actually like this. A lot of people have said that it is very boring. I think I can deal with boring, especially because the premise is pretty interesting. It's a pseudo-vampiric being that, like, she's immortal. I, Antigone, I, Vampire, Ithaca, Lucy Undying by Kiersten White, which, as I said last year, I'm not into YA so much, but there's going to be some certain circumstances where I am curious enough to pick it up. This being, of course, a Lucy from Dracula retelling. I also picked up Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke, this giant paperback big beast that I got used. We shall see if I get to this. I also have Let the Right One In by author's name I'm not going to pronounce, as well as Out There Screaming, edited by Jordan Peele, which is a short story horror collection written by Black authors. I would also like to read this. Evocation by S.T. Gibson. It was a Christmas gift. It's the picture in the thumbnail. I can't believe I forgot to mention it, but yes, I would like to read this book as well. Now, as for some of the fandom-related reading that I would like to do, there is quite a bit of Batman novelizations that I would like to try and get to, and those include... I had an entire clip where I just said the names of the Batman books, but I think this is a better way to show them. So we have Batman Forever, the novelization. We have Batman Fear Itself by Michael Reeves. We have DC Universe Inheritance by Devin Grayson. We have the Mad Love novelization as well as the Nightfall novelization by Denny O'Neil. So we will see if I get to those. As for Twilight, I have a few books that I still haven't read in the Twilight saga, and that includes Midnight Sun, of course, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner, as well as Catherine Hardwicke's director's notebook that she made while making the very first Twilight film. So I'm looking forward to checking those out. I also have quite a few little teeny tiny Rugrats picture books, chapter books, joke books that I would like to make a video on this year. I think that would be really cute. Just picking 3 to 5 of these books to just really enjoy and look through together and comment on, because I've been thrifting a lot of Rugrats books and I am looking forward to sharing those soon. And as for more Batman comics that I would like to read, I would like to read a lot more Nightwing comics, and I would also like to read a lot of the comics that are involved in the DCAU, that being the animated universe that started with Batman 1992 and continued on into Justice League and the like. But I would like to start by reading the Batman the Animated Series comics, and eventually I would like to read the Batman the Adventures Continue comics, because there's a lot of stories in there that really, really interest me as well. Now, as for non-book related videos that I plan to release, I am really hoping that I can really get to that Rugrats collection video, because my collection has grown exponentially since that original video that I did 2 years ago. I have thrifted countless more things, and now the whole video can be vintage and thrifted items rather than just stuff from my childhood and newly purchased items. I also am going to be finishing one of my junk journals, one of my scrapbook journals, so I will do a flip through of that. As for the rest, I'm not sure what I could do. I could show off a bit more of my vampire collection or my Scooby-Doo collection, but I've already shown my Batman collection up there. Maybe I could show my doll collection if anyone was interested in that. I don't have a lot, but I do have quite a bit. Maybe I could do a video of just a bunch of things that I collect that couldn't really make its own video on its own. Now, as for the rest of my year, I would like this year to be very calm and very quiet. Last year was very, very eventful with a lot of pet stuff, losing my dog, getting a new cat. I got engaged, so I would just like this year to be very calm, very quiet, and I can just enjoy reading the things that I really want to read, reading the comics I really want to read, and collecting things I really want to collect and fill my home with. So that's the video. Hopefully this can amount to 8 minutes. I'm gonna go for an 8-minute video this time. So we'll see if it surpasses that. But until then, those are all of my goals for the year. Hopefully I can reach at least one of them. Hopefully I can read 75 books, finish the poster, read some comics, and do lots of collection videos along the way. Thank you all so much for staying with me these past couple of years. Thank you so much for over 100 subscribers now. I'm so excited to start off this year right and put out content that hopefully you will all enjoy as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye!